She has carefully curated a routine for when she does these walkouts. So first she flies directly to LA and goes to some scam-ass salon where some asshole butchers her hair. And then she goes to dinner at the most expensive restaurant you can find in LA. And then, and this is my favorite, she flies to Napa, where she goes to a salon and a spa and gets apricot-infused facials and volcanic mud soaks and a pedicure where she lets little fish eat the dead skin off of her feet. Like a freak. Actually, I think she just got home.
You know I don't like to have a TV in the bedroom. So if you're not watching it, you don't need to have it plugged in. I don't like all the cords.
So every time I want to watch the TV, I have to plug it in. I have to fiddle fart around behind the stupid thing and plug it in. This is the shit.
You know what? I came home a day too early, didn't I?
At least you came home.
You're a perfect housewife, aren't you? You're so perfect. Now our family's in therapy. You know what? The next time Ronnie fucks up, and she will. Okay, she's gonna fuck up again. And the next time it happens, I'm picking the therapist. Not you, I'm picking the therapist.
Great! I don't give a shit as long as it gets you engaged.
You don't give a shit. Looky here, you don't give a shit. I've gotta clean up the bed.
You don't have to clean
I've
up
gotta
the bed.
clean up the frickin' office. Who knows what kind of condition that's gonna be.
Well, the office is fine. Listen,
yeah.
the bed was just fine when you weren't here. Trust me, it was great when you
That
were
was just
here.
fine. Why are these clothes not put away? Huh? I gotta come in here and I gotta clean up after you. This tells me exactly how you've left shit.
Grow the fuck up. Jesus, you're acting like a child for God's
Acting
sake.
like a child.
Yeah, go into the office and act like this.
Oh, I'll go into the office. You wait. I'll go into the office and you think this is an embarrassment? You ain't seen nothing. You ain't seen nothing.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining me. I'm Dr. Joy.
Thank you, Dr. Joy, for joining us today. It's going to be a joy to have you with us. See,
That was so funny, Mandy.
I didn't choose the last therapist.
Oh my god.
My intention is to be the supportive, motherly role. You know, I do that all the time, but my intention in bringing that here today is so that our darling daughter is heard.
Bravo! A truly moving performance. Get this woman an award. Also, don't forget to tell Dr. Joy how successful you are.
I'm very successful in the work that I do, as is my husband. You know, we're very successful in professional careers. We work hard to provide everything for Ronnie.
And now for our favorite part, you get to tell Dr. Joy everything that's wrong with me.
She chooses friends that are kind of going down the wrong path. She's very tuned out. You know, kids these days are very tuned out. A lot of her energy goes towards the arts.
The arts. My god, send her to boarding school.
Ronnie is not a popular student. She never has been, she never will be.
Oh my god, she's not popular.
I heard before that you were saying she'd been acting out. And think, what does that look like?
Okay, here's an example. Maybe I'm not making myself clear. Her drawing today, which she would probably call artistic, doctor, if you could see and appreciate just what's happening here, that's how she puts forth her energy and her art, but it's her way of acting out.
That's a lot. Putting Satan as your mom.
It's just a family portrait. It's a great family portrait. Anyway, we did start talking over each other quite a bit, so Dr. Joy suggested this.
Do you have any Post-it notes around?
Have a notepad.
Hold the talking square. So when we're talking, we can hold a talking square. When we're not holding the talking square, we're listening.
Oh, look at me, I'm a talking square.
So Ronnie, why don't you tell me in your own words what happened?
So I tried to explain what happened, but Mandy kept interrupting me. Essentially, there's a gym teacher at our school named Gwen, and Gwen kind of tends to target these three kids in particular, Kaden, Jax, and Margaret. Kaden, you might remember from last time. Jax came out last year, and Gwen just constantly misgenders them purposefully so that other kids will laugh at them. And then Margaret is not super fit, and so she asked Gwen if she could not participate in gym that day, and Gwen just went ballistic. Oh, are you afraid of air? You're afraid of air? That's all it is. That's all a dodgeball is. It's air and skin. Are you afraid of air and skin? Really? Really? And she got in her face, and so Margaret's backing up, and she's really, really upset, and Gwen just starts throwing balls at her, just over and over again, just asking if she's scared of air and skin. And I got angry, and so I picked up one of the balls, and I threw it back at Gwen. And she kind of tried to, like, jump out of the way, but she twisted her ankle in the process. That she also has a brace on that leg, and so she kind of got hurt. But that's what happened.
Dr. Joy, the teacher that we are talking about, could not be a better human being and support for our students. She is an Afghan war hero. She actually pulled one of her fellow soldiers who had been injured, and she has won medals in her service to, you know, God bless America. I mean, we need more teachers like her, really.
Are you fucking kidding me? Mandy does not give a shit about God or America. The only things she pledges allegiance to are money, her hair, and apparently Chad.
Do you think possibly she might have some trauma?
Trauma does not excuse bullying children, especially children who you perceive to be, who you perceive to be weak.
I agree with that.
You can't be a...
You can see where she's coming from and maybe present yourself in a little different light. Say, I'm sorry you were attacked by soldiers in Afghanistan. We're here for you. We're not your enemy.
And then Walt found his spine, which is actually amazing.
I have to agree with Ronnie on this. I think this teacher is an absolute bully, and I know you support her foundation, and I think that's great. Supporting a foundation and supporting her. I think she actually worked in the mess hall too.
Walter, have you ever worked in the line of food?
The line of food?
What?
You said she worked in a mess hall. Have you yourself experienced working with food?
Have you?
I have, as a matter of fact.
Where?
I worked at Wong's Buffet, putting myself through college. And let me tell you, it was a struggle. People returning things, cooks getting mad, knives getting thrown, gravy being thrown. Talking square. It was not easy, but I've taken that trauma and I have dealt with it.
I hear what you're saying, but how are we supposed to support her?
We could start with a conversation. Maybe an I feel conversation.
Oh, I know this.
Go ahead, Walter. Let's hear how you feel.
Well, I feel like Gwen is a bully. I don't know if you want me to lead with that, though.
You might say, I feel confused.
Yeah, that's good for Walter.
When you throw balls at children, I feel there's something different that you want to attack.
And then I'm trying to tell Dr. Joy how I feel about what she just said, and then Mandy interrupts me even though I'm holding the talking square. And she starts to bitch and moan about how she feels about therapy sessions.
I'm tired of coming into the therapy session and not making any progress.
Ronnie, I think you're misunderstanding the use of the talking square.
I feel like it's pretty cut and dry. If you're holding the talking square, you're the one who talks. There's no gray area. Then, anarchy.
I listened to you, so I need you to listen to me.
Who's holding the talking square?
Well, I think that's a little weird. Anyway, I'm going to hold it for now.
I feel like we need to address the aggression that you showed when I needed to say something and you quite literally ripped this out of my hand. I love her expression when she gets the talking square because she's so... And I'm the one who needs help. Anyway, then things started to get a little weird.
I'm just gonna notice something. Do you see my environment? It's light and it's bright and it brings me joy.
Where's she going with this?
And I see you very dark. You're all very dark. Sometimes we wear how we feel. You're embodying that anger, and maybe some of my brightness can come to you because I think we need some lift.
And Mandy thought Deshaun was weird.
If you think about all the metaphors that people come up with, dark humor, dark thoughts, lighten up. Do you see the difference there?
I see it more as power colors. You've got a lot of gray in your back, like gray clouds. The only thing of color that I see in your office there is something that maybe you bought from the dollar store of Trust Your Journey.
If you want to take the journey, you have to get aboard. And if you want the train to go out of the station of darkness and into light, then you need to communicate and connect, and not like this, but like this. Are you stuck in the station? Has the conductor said all aboard? Are you jumping on? Do you remember your ticket? And are you ready to go? Is it going to be a one-way to joy? Or are you going to take a round trip to darkness?
And that was it for Mandy.
I trust the journey. I trust the process. I'm just starting to wonder if we're a good fit here. Did you want to grab your square? It's your turn.
She didn't. She just kind of poof, disappeared into her light. And that was it. Strike one, Mandy.